We're live.
Good evening, Trinidad and Tobago. Welcome to Frontline. Tonight is Thursday, 7th of June, and I am your host, Felicia Holder, here with my co-host,
Anthony Defoe. Hi, Trinidad.
Apologies for being so late. Tonight we do not have our producer with us, our producer/director, who normally helps us set up. So Tony and I were a very hot mess, and I have to say it like like that, a very hot mess this evening, trying to set up. Marvin, we miss you. We need you. Please do not ever, do not ever desert us again, because yeah, we can't do both. All right. So missing you. See you next week. Anyway, so tonight is Blinded from Reality, and if you have not yet done so, people, please share the live. We are going to continue our part 2 to the discussion we had 2 weeks ago. Blinded from Reality is local media failing TNT. Now, we spoke quite in depth about this topic, and we plan to go even deeper, because tonight we're going to read that quote to you that I actually had. I couldn't find when we tried to do it the first time.
Right.
Yeah, but not last week. And also, we apologize for not being here last week. I heard that we were very missed.
Yes.
Thank you for that. I feel, knowing that you're looking out for us makes me feel very special. But again, share the live, because we're going to get into it soon. So we're going to talk about that quote from a journalist from CNMG. We are going to get into part 2 of that interview that I had with Reagan. We are also going to read some of the comments and some of the feedback that we got on the post that we did. Tony, remember we did a post, I believe it was last week, where we actually highlighted every single one of the meetings that we had.
Yeah.
And we asked the people, why is this not news? And we put it next to that small little picture of the pact when they launch, and the time is now party. I have to call them that. We're asking, where is our equal coverage? So we got some very, very interesting comments on that post. I mean, I'm happy to say that most Trinidadians, thank you, were very positive towards what we were saying. A lot of people actually said, whoa, I did not even know about this party before this, and they were asking, who is the PP? Why haven't we heard of them before?
Right.
So, but then we also had those who gave some interesting comments that we will get into in a bit. Also, we do want to invite you guys to call in, because what are we asking? We had a nice planned question for you guys tonight. So think about your answers, because we're going to have a call-in segment. And
Yes.
what's that question?
Well, actually, it's basically the theme of the show in itself. Is local media failing Trinidad and Tobago? And again, if you were tuned into the first segment of this program, of this particular about the media, part 1, there was a lot of information that was shared, as well as looking forward very much to finish hearing what Reagan had to say on his interview, most definitely. So you guys don't go anywhere, stay tuned, and kick back, relax, and take in the show, most definitely.
The number that you're going to call in tonight, I know we have it advertised on our Frontline ad as the number we usually have, but tonight you're calling in at 769-4590. Now, we're not taking any calls right this moment, but we will tell you when to call in. So I'm going to jump in and read this lovely quotes that I got, which sparked my whole interest in this media and the media blackout thing. I would not call the name of the journalist, because we actually had a very heated back and forth. This was a friend of mine who was not, well, I have to say that after I called him out, it may not be that way anymore. Well, a colleague of mine from UAE. Anyway, a young Trinbagonian journalist, blank, name will not be called, believes journalism is not just a profession but a duty. He identifies the current practice of journalism in the Caribbean as weak and lacking quality, because many young reporters treat it as a merely 9-to-5 job. He thinks journalists need to think seriously about what they do and how it impacts the society. He's quoted as saying, I don't consider journalism as a profession because, in a way, it's almost like it's a duty that you have to the public because you have to get the facts out. You are basically the voice of the people in a way. He believed that you have to get the information that you need. He believed that people have to get the information that they need. It's not just about writers or just to say, hey, XYZ wrote this story that's in the newspaper. It's about how it affects the people. What does it mean to the people? It's a vocation. That's what I believe journalism is. Very, very deep words. And I initially saw the post floating on my Facebook feed. And I read the entire thing, and line by line, I got more and more upset. Because this was such an eloquent piece on what journalism is supposed to be, what journalism is. Yet, that is definitely not happening in Trinidad and Tobago.
Furthest from.
He says what? It's a duty that you have to the public because you have to get the facts out. The fact is, the Progressive Empowerment Party has been in operation since the 18th of January 2017, and we have made news less than 5 times, and I can say that with no reservation because I know when we make the news. And it's a lovely piece. I mean, if it really was what journalism was about in Trinidad and Tobago, I would agree. But we have experience firsthand. I mean, we're talking about blinded from reality. And it's so many shades of things when we talk about blinded from reality, because it's the fact that the truth that you're supposed to get out is not being brought to you. And it is the fact that you're not hearing from the media on certain things that you're supposed to hear about. Correct. Tony, what do you thought of that nice little...
Well, it sounds great. I love it. Personally, I love it.
On paper, it sounds lovely,
No,
right?
it's fantastic. And I mean, it could be a definite mantra that a journalist can or should go by. But unfortunately, the true environment of Trinidad and Tobago is where journalism is concerned, or the media. Simply not the case. And we've looked at many examples abroad. For example, you have stories that take place, and you have the media that's on a frenzy on this story for weeks, and they're following up every day, giving you step-by-step information, what has been done, what information has been gotten, and what is the end result that they're looking for, the different scenarios. I mean, it's a whole shindig that takes place, and they scrutinize what's going on with a fine-tooth comb. Where our media is doing that? No, they're not. Because we have many cases that happens. I mean, we look at the news, and they themselves talk about people dying and who's shot and whatever the case might be. How much of that is followed up to say that you have a full story, a real story, something factual, and putting that information into the public space? Because again, people are not able to make the proper decision if they do not have all the information. Information is key. Information is power. They say that. And, you don't need to really go to a university to get the information you need right in the palm of your hand. Google. It starts with a G. That's what it is. You can get any piece of information that you want on the planet, literally in the palm of your hands. So why is it our media chooses, because it has to be a choice. I can't see it being anything else. Because if it's not a choice, well, then you're telling me that you're simply lazy, or is it the protocol of the media houses to conduct themselves in that way, in that fashion, and not having a full story, or being a propaganda tool, for example? Media has a place in society. They are a key element, because again, the people has to have key pieces of information to make proper decisions, and the media is not facilitating that. So again, the point is, what is their purpose? Do we really need the media that presently exists? Is there a law or laws or things that we can have as a reform that can possibly insist that the media gives the full story, for example. I mean, again, Trinidad and Tobago, there's going to be a call-in segment, and you can take that number right now. It's 769 4590. That's 769 4590. Remember that number, because we want you guys to call in and let's have your take as to what's your thoughts on it. Do you really think is local media failing Trinidad and Tobago? Is either yes or no, and if it's yes, give us your reasoning why you think they are, and if it's no, do the same, as well as giving us the reasoning why you think they're not failing, if you think that they are competent and they are doing the job that they're supposed to do. But as we see it right now, it's all a facade. It's all a show. That's what it is. It's entertainment. It's not even real media. It's entertainment, because basically it's systematic information being put out there, controlled, and again, that's not the real purpose of media.
Tony, when was the last time you put on the news?
Oh, wow.
When was the last time you put on?
A very long time. I would say to be honest with you, the last time I really sat down and looked at the news from start to finish was probably 3 years ago.
Wow.
No joke. 3 years ago. And even 3 years ago, I probably would look at the Sunday news, only because the Sunday news kind of compiles
everything from
what happened from the week prior, and it gives you an insight on basically what that week really entailed, and that basically was it. Once a week, Sunday, which was a half-hour newscast, and that was good enough for me, because I really didn't want to know more. Because again, it just did not make sense. There was not enough information for me to say, well, this is actually worth listening to, because I'm hearing this is happening, but I come on to the newscast the day after, and that is lost. It's gone. You never hear about it again. And then what? We are left with question marks in our minds. We have other situations that comes about where the focus and attention is placed there. We forget completely about what was happening before. And that's just the cycle of things that's been going on for 50 plus years. That's just how they create the level of clutter that the population have to deal with as getting information from media, because that's what it is. It's clutter. They just throw information at you. This is the news. 10 people died. 2 people died. Woman was raped. They just keep throwing information at you. You see and hear stuff that you're interested in. And again, there's no follow-up. There's nothing that says, okay, I have a reason to sit down to the news. Boy, I have to see the news tomorrow, because you know what? I want to hear what really went on with, let's say, the Tobago Sea Bridge. Why hasn't there been a frenzy where the media is concerned on that Tobago Sea Bridge? How is it possible? You have Tobagonians right now, businesses closing. You have people that is not having the products that they are accustomed to, simply because you have shelves that are empty. There's so many dynamics happening across there, but media is not taking the opportunity to really scrutinize things. They're not doing the type of investigations that they need to do in bringing into the public space. So again, what is the purpose of media? And that's just one example. There's so many. It's everything. It's everything.
And you mentioned the Tobago, the Sea Bridge, and even when we had that whole air bridge fiasco.
Yeah.
And if it were not for the PP, Tony, honestly, I don't think we would have heard much or anything about that, because even now, we are the ones who are asking, where is the galleons? We are asking that question, but honestly, how come nobody in the media is asking that question? We were promised that boat in when? Every month is a new date for the boat, and there was even an incident where the journalist asked the question and he was rudely...
Well, oh gosh, girl, don't even go to that, because that in itself simply shows that the media have no teeth whatsoever. None. Zero. Because when you have a journalist asking a minister, which was Imbert, concerning that passage of the boat that we were supposed to have bought, and the level of ignorance that this man portrayed over this journalist, one was totally ridiculous and uncalled for, and really and truly, if I was a journalist, I would have told him to his face, "You're fired, because it's my salary paying your it's my taxes paying your salary." But besides that, the journalist herself, I don't think was engaging enough, and again, forcing the questions to be answered and asking the questions.
But Tony, I mean, we know why, right? You can't bite the hand that feeds you. And I know, as much as, you know, and we heard it last week when Reagan said, you know, basically this is, the work, where you work, you're actually told sometimes there are stories that you're not supposed to
run, yeah, that's right.
But then, the whole situation again, do we have a free media? And we discussed this in length. I don't know if you're ready for us to jump back into that interview. Actually, no, before we get to that, the reason why I asked you when last did you watch the news is because the last time I watched the news was earlier this year, was when we had our rally, and I was looking for the ad that we did. That's why I watched the news. And I remember watching the news, and every time something came up, and I just felt the blood rushing to my brain, and I felt myself getting angry, because I'm like, is this really what journalism is now? As somebody said yesterday, you know, the quality of radio announcers has gone down the pits, and I agree. And it's the same way I feel about the people who do news and report on news in this country. Like, I cannot understand how it is even allowed. Like, what is sustaining these? Anyway, I know what is sustaining these stations. Clearly, it's not us tuning in and buying newspapers.
Well, it's just to show how the country has been broken, literally broken, every aspect of it being broken, and to have media houses having to depend on government or political beings or entities to ensure their existence. I mean, again, it just shows how broken the system is, because, you know, one, we are supposed to have a robust enough economy where our population has spending power. Our small and medium-sized business people are thriving. The media would not have a problem to be dependent on government or even a political body. And they simply miss the point. If we can fix Trinidad and Tobago, everyone is going to be okay. And no one is I mean, the money train is just, that gravy train coming through is it's just too large, I guess, I'm thinking. You know, because they are seeing sustainability in the environment that we have right now. But when you have a country that's going to be falling apart, breaking apart, people leaving and crime becoming rampant, and you know, our dollar not even worth a US cent, I mean, it's not going to last. They're not going to thrive. Everyone is going to have to close up shop and leave the country, because if we are in a state like Venezuela, how much business is Venezuela doing right now? None. They're in total chaos. The entire population is not able to even feed themselves. They're eating rats and dogs and any goddamn thing that even flies past them. I mean, Trinidad and Tobago, look, we preach this. We say we're here over a year. We've been preaching the message. Philip's been preaching the message. He's been getting all types of criticism, left, right, and center. The man has never held office before, and everyone is turning their guns to him. Why? You have people who we know have been corrupt and has held public office, that has spent your money, your taxpayers' dollars, and no one wants to brace them to the cross. No one wants to scrutinize what's happening where these people are concerned, and they're the ones who have control of the treasury. They've been the ones controlling the treasury for 50 plus years. We've spent $3 trillion, Trinidad and Tobago. We are not a first world country. When are we going to wake up? Media is a key player in this. Yes. And aside from the fact that, you know, because people say, well, I should not be upset about the media not covering the PP, but yo, I am extremely upset Simply because...
very upset on this topic.
Simply because...
There will be no part 3 because of that.
I'm telling you, because if it's a part 3, it has to be uncensored. Hear what I'm saying? Because, boy, I want to see what... The point of the matter is that PP is putting information into the public space to truly, genuinely help the nation, help the population, help the people who are most in need, which is the lower sector of our society. We want to put emphasis there because if we can fix those areas, everything else would be gravy. No one wants to see that. No one wants to understand that. We must insist on having this huge gap of the masses, the very poor and the very rich. Trinidad, we have no middle class. The middle class is almost non-existent. They're all abroad. They're all gone to countries which has hope and opportunity. All of our intellect, all of our artists, all of our just everyone, our skill sets are leaving our land, Trinidad and Tobago, and it's only because we have no opportunity, no hope. And this is what the PP is trying to bring. Listen, Trinidad, do not study Philip and personality. The man is here to do a job, and the job is to fix the country. He has recruited many regular people, citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, that has the same drive, same passion to see betterment. And we're here to make this happen. This is not a joke. This is not a film or this is not Panday and them and the madness and this other bunch of jokes packed or whatever the heck they are. Listen, they can have all the money in the world. We can take the GDP of Trinidad and Tobago right now and make Trinidad work as a first world nation. It ain't going to cost no $60 billion. That's garbage, total garbage. We've done the numbers, we've done the census. We have clear ideas and visions for this country, and we know we can more than run this country efficiently. And again, it's just to have the mechanisms in place: accountability, transparency. Let people be responsible for their portfolios. That's where we need to be. The country is going to fix it, no matter how much they want to talk, no matter what the PNM wants to say, no matter what the UNC wants to say, no matter what the 1%ers want to say. Everybody wants this money train to be running through the country. Everyone wants this underground economy, this blood money passing through Trinidad and Tobago. Here what's going on? It's going on stop. Everything makes full circle, Everything makes full circle. And you know what? And I would say, again, the day the Progressive Empowerment Party gets into Parliament, Trinidad and Tobago, we celebrate because we have just gained true independence of this land for our people, all Trinbagonians. And that is what we promise as a party, Progressive Empowerment Party. But anyway,
this is where we should have the song effects.
No, I'm going to get heated. I'm going to get heated because it's garbage. It's garbage. These people is for the citizenry. The media is there for us, the people. Decisions need to be made, and we need to have the information to make those right decisions, and media is key to that. But anyway.
No, I know how you get, Tony, but as you said that, with the recent appointment of the new Prime Minister for Barbados, you remember the fact that they had no opposition.
That's right.
They won 0 seats. And I stumbled across an article where people, they're dealing with this whole conundrum where this is the first time in the country's history we do not have an opposition. And a line stood out to me, and it reminded me of why we're here and why we're doing this topic tonight. They said, in light of having no opposition, it's being put forward that the media acts as the opposition. As in, the media be there on their tails to be asking the questions, asking for follow-up.
That's their job.
That is the job. And I think about the fact that right now, our opposition is, I have to say, a waste of time. I mean, I don't even know why I paused to say they're a waste of time. The media is a waste of time. So it's basically a government that's there running free throughout the country, doing at will what they want. I look at the anti-gang bill. There was so much fuss over it, and I at a point I thought maybe we really not going to get the bill. Maybe the media are going to ask the questions because the cybercrime bill, actually both of them. I said, maybe the media would ask the right questions because the Media Association of Trinidad and Tobago had their concerns about it. Maybe the opposition are going to ask the right questions. And every time I feel like we're going to make some kind of progress, I get excited. We do it. The bill was passed, the anti-gang bill was passed. Was the cybercrime? No, that wasn't passed,
no,
was it?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. But I don't have much hope that it will not be because we live in a country where people are not, they're not, I don't want to say brave enough, but they're not, well, it has to be brave. I just want to know that there's somebody out there, either in the opposition or either in the media, that is willing to say, you know what, enough is enough. Time to stand up for Trinbagonians. Time to say, we're not condoning this anymore. I'm going to ask the right questions. I wish that, but that might be a very tall wish. Anyway, before we run out of time, which we look like we're about to, please don't forget to share the live. We're going to play the last half of the interview that we started last week. So just to give some, 2 weeks ago, sorry, to give some context, we had a telephone video conference interview with Regan Devine. He is a media personality who is now based in Turkey. He's 13 hours or so ahead, so it was almost impossible to catch him live. But we did have a pre-recorded interview talking about journalistic integrity and the role of the media in TNT and whether or not the media was really a free media. So we got some very interesting info from him, and tonight we want to just complete the next half of that interview. So let me load that up now. You good, your boiler?
Yeah. I breeze in through that.
He breathes in now. This is where he gets all
Yeah.
Those people that we target on social media, I would say that they have been informed. They have been allowed to make decisions for themselves. Some people like the party, some people don't. Some people like Philip Edward Alexander, a lot of people don't. And the fact is, social media has given us the platform to allow people to make those decisions for themselves. However, the media, like I'm pointing out to you, local media, the fact that they have refused absolutely to cover any of our meetings or any of our gatherings, it says something. And should it be the responsibility of the media to determine what the people see? Because there was one ad that we did two ads that we ever put out on the local media that we had to pay enormous prices for. And I know for a fact that they jacked up the price for us. And given that fact, when we did actually put out those ads, the response that we got from the public was tremendous. People were excited. They were thirsty for something new. And I get the feeling that the reason why the local media, which is stifling us, because they are backed by these certain political entities and investors, it is not in their interest to give the Progressive Empowerment Party a push. So then in that regard, can we really say that media in Trinidad is free and unbiased?
I think you're right. I would go beyond the word bias and say that Philip has pretty much been discriminated against. Mm-hmm. Simply because the media in TNT is very immature in one regard. I know Philip in the past has put some spotlight on certain media personalities or media managers of certain media organizations. And it would not be a stretch of the imagination to say that Philip has been blacklisted because of insults he's thrown on certain media managers. And so it highlights the immaturity of the media to just put all grievances aside and have give Philip a space in which he can express his views, give his perspectives on the way he believes the economy can go if given the chance to be in power or to run for office. it's sad in a sense, obviously, because I'm sure the PEP has some great things to offer TNT in terms of running as a viable political party in any upcoming elections. In terms of Philip as a personality, it does also worry media, from my understanding, because he has been described as a populist. There are many populists around the world who have become dictators as well. Donald Trump is one. President Maduro in Venezuela has been another. And so I think there is some concern as to how much space the leader of the PEP would be given on the media to divulge his ideas solely based on his delivery, solely based on his rhetoric. But that being said, he should be allowed to go on and just let the viewers and listeners decide for themselves.
I agree. And that point that you made about him, going after journalists, I mean, it's not a hidden fact that he has gone after some of them.
Yeah.
And I will say though, and I know this is going to come from a defense point, there have been times that, it's like, oh Lord, Philip is going after the media again. We're definitely not going to get coverage here. But there's always been that part of me that has stood behind him, because what he's staring down is not the people themselves. It's the fact, it's exactly what we're discussing here, that a lot of the times, these same media personalities, they basically end up singing for their supper. And you see the relationships, and we don't speak about it, but you see that, certain people working for certain stations are also known to be friends with financiers and political backers. So it's as if we approach the media already knowing that they're not going to give us that fair space. And I think based on our experience, based on the fact that me personally, I have had no anything negative with the media. I have spoken to media personalities, I've invited them, I have never bad talked them, I have kept my opinions to myself, yet personally, I have not even been given that space to share my opinions, to share my rhetoric on the Progressive Empowerment Party. So, like I say, we approach the media already knowing that because of who owns these stations and who are known to be major investors, that we're not going to get the same level playing field as, say, PACT, which was formed, and I don't want to say it was dissolved, but I'm not hearing anything about them. But before PACT was even formed, before they even had a chairman or a political leader, they were all over the papers. And I made a joke saying, PACT sneezed and they made front page. The Progressive Empowerment Party through 6-day Saturday meetings, and we can't hear from the media yet. It's a joke, but it's the reality. Michaela Pandey, she just launched a new she's about to launch a new political party. And it almost seems as if the media is intentionally trying to find that third force to drown out the Progressive Empowerment Party. Do I think it's unfair? Of course I think it's unfair. But, for us, it's always about sticking to our policies, what we believe, and giving people giving them the opportunity to make the decisions for themselves. It's just really unfair, and it's sad actually that, local media is not allowing the rest of the population to do the same. But I don't know, Regan, if you have any final thoughts. That's it for me. I wanted to get your opinion and what you thought about journalistic integrity, how you viewed media in Trinidad and Tobago, and the positioning of the Progressive Empowerment Party with regards to how we are treated by that media. I don't know if you have anything else you want to add.
I think the PEP is heading in the right direction in terms of acquiring new followers to the party, simply because you're online. It is the new media platform. If you are in it for the long haul, I think you will make gains as a party in the next 10 years or so. I'm not sure about the next election, because TNT is still very rooted in television media. But new media, the new potential voters coming up, if PP plays its cards right, can be a force that will have grown itself using the power of the internet. And I think, with people like you on board, with fresh minds on the PP side, Philip will see that small concessions can be made in his delivery in terms of reaching a larger audience that can really stomach his message, as opposed to focusing on his delivery and switching him off. And so I think online is the way to continue going, because it is how Donald Trump won his election. Really. So I don't think you guys are going on the wrong path. I think, and I told you this before, I just think the delivery of the leader of the party just needs to be tweaked a bit so that he becomes more likable to a bigger group of people, as opposed to people who are just in it for a bacchanal style of delivery, and who are not really interested in critical thinking.
Well, I will have to. You see, a lot of what people see Philip's delivery as is that whole bacchanal thing, and there is that side of him that can draw the people out that way. But there's one thing that I cannot deny about his style, which is that he can be Trudeau one day, and he can be the real bacchanalist the next day. And that's because he has developed a style of speaking and reaching out to people on all levels of society. If you look at a cross-section of the Progressive Empowerment Party, we have from the most white-collar, uppity members to the people who are literally saying, Felicia, we're holding on by a thread. We need the Progressive Empowerment Party to get in because things are real hard right now. We can't make it, things are real hard. So, again, I think a lot of how he is portrayed, or maybe how he portrays himself, is misunderstood. And if you do commit that time to viewing him Monday to Friday, you might get to see the different shades of Philip. But I take your comments in stride, because our goal at the end of the day is to reach as many people as possible. And I really thank you for your feedback.
Let me tell you, Felicia, I've known Philip for I don't know, over 10 years, maybe 12, 14 years I've known Philip.
Okay.
He's a brilliant guy, and his heart is in the right place. But he's caught in a time where brilliance alone is not going to get the vote. In Trinidad and Tobago, bacchanal gets attention, especially if it's online. Mm-hmm. And so he's throwing a fine line between attracting viewers and getting his positive message out. And so that, I think, will just be his biggest challenge in really boosting his popularity.
Well, stay tuned. You never know. Pep might switch things up. Never know. Again, our strategy is one that we have had to learn along the way. But like you said, I think we're heading in the right direction. And any feedback, much welcome, much appreciated. Believe it or not, our team is a team that listens. We're not going to say, we're doing things this way and fireband the nation. No, I appreciate the feedback. And I'm sure Philip, who is going to be listening to this live, is going to be like Reagan boy at the time. But thank you again so very much for agreeing to do this interview. And I have kept you awake long enough. I wish you all the best in your current plans, and we will be in contact.
Nice meeting you, Felicia. Ciao.
You too, Reagan. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Well, you hear that?
Win.
That was the very raw and unbiased views of Reagan Devines. Reagan, if you're listening, thank you again very much for giving us your honest feedback.
Yes, ma'am.
Very appreciated. To have a media personality, and if I didn't describe what he's doing, he was actually based in Trinidad, working as a journalist He went to Venezuela, I believe, and he had an appointment there, and now he is in Turkey covering the socio-political developments that are taking place there. So if you're not sure what's going on in Turkey, Google it, take a view. But I did appreciate his feedback. I made some notes though. He said that, you know, the media was concerned that Philip would be a populist. I disagreed with that, and I never got to address it in that interview. I'll address it here. I think to an extent, I mean, I could get why people would say that, but then you look at people like Obama. He was well, yes, he was, but was Obama a populist? I don't know. A populist is someone who has, and this is my limited knowledge of it, has people like them for what they say, but there's a view that, you know, a lot of what they're saying is just nice talk and all of that. I completely disagree with that when it comes to Philip, because nothing about him, no offense, attracted me to the party. It was what the PP was selling. Like, the maritime security wall was the number one thing that drew me to this, because I saw if we could shut down the borders, we could stop the drugs, we could stop the guns, we could stop crime, and I could be safe. That is how I drilled it down. It drilled down to me personally and what I wanted for myself living in this country. And a lot of the ideas of the PP are tested and true. I did a post this week that spoke about visiting the Canadian Court of Appeal. We spent so much money to transport prisoners when the Canadian Court of Appeal came up with the idea of doing, and this is not even rocket science, I'm sure they're not the only country that does it, video conferencing to the prisons rather than transporting prisoners every time you have court. Simple solutions, people. This is the reason why I'm backing the PP and backing the PP. There's nothing really much left to say on the interview. I mean, it was very eye-opening. Social media is the way, it has gotten us the footing that we have now. I have to say, you know, I saw someone came back today after a year. He said, you know, it's very exciting and encouraging to see that even though a year has passed that I have been away from the party, that you guys have been progressing and making moves, and that, to me, I look at that as a measure of progress, because you know you're in it for so long, you're wondering, you know, where are we getting? But I do believe we can be and could have been so much further were we given our fair airtime. And we are nearing the end as usual, running out of time. But no, we started a little late.
Yeah, so we still have time. Don't worry.
Fool. No, we won't. So this is your opportunity to call in.
Yes,
give your views, give your ideas on what you think. You heard the entire program. You heard us talk about the media. If you listen to part 1, you would know that we are talking about the fact that the media in Trinidad and Tobago has not given the Progressive Empowerment Party its fair share of the news coverage. We have been, like Reagan said, blacklisted, or he said Philip has been blacklisted for reasons that he himself pointed out boil down to the immaturity of the journalist and journalism on a whole in Trinidad and Tobago. And we want to hear from you.
I like what he said, that he would go as far as saying that it's discrimination.
Yeah.
You know, and that's real. That is absolutely real, because like what I had said in part 1, I think that they're infringing on his rights of freedom of speech, you know, and that's not cool. That's not cool. You're trying to silence people, trying to put information into the public space for people to make better decisions, you know. I can't wrap my head around that, and I don't think it's okay, no way, form, or fashion. Trinidad, give us a call, 769-4590, 769-4590. Let's hear what's your take. We want to know, is local media failing Trinidad and Tobago?
Are they failing you? Where do you turn to for your news now? I know I turn to Facebook.
Yeah.
I do. And it's so funny to see when a story breaks on Facebook, and then the media covers it like the day after or 2 days after, like they're playing catch up. Here's this comment. There's this comment. Someone posted this on that ad that we did. The media does not have to cover your event or anything you do. If you want your rallies and so on covered, then pay for it. You cannot expect any media house to cover your event for free. It's a business they're running, like it or not, so spend your money.
Very interesting. Well, if it was a normal event or a private business, I would say, okay, you're absolutely correct. But we're talking about a political entity, which is by law, if I'm not mistaken, having to give equal time.
Yeah.
Period. So, we have no problem having to spend our own money, but at the end of the day, we still want to ensure that, what the media is supposed to do, what they're mandated to do, they are doing. And at the end of the day, news, you don't have to look for a monetary value towards news, real news. Real news, that's the point. It's real news.
Someone asked for the number again. It's 769-4590. That's the number that you're calling into tonight if you want to share your views. In the meantime, I'm going to actually read the comments to that post given by none other than our deputy political leader, Dilworth Bradford. He said, "Unfortunately, you seem to have missed the point of the post. There have been numerous new political events that took place in the not-too-distant past that received news coverage far and wide. Our point is to highlight the fact that the Progressive Empowerment Party's issues, policies, and plans run so counter to the past politics of bacchanal and race-baiting divisiveness. The powers that be are involved in a deliberate effort to stifle the message the people actually need to hear. The intent of the post is not to lobby for free advertising. It is an attempt to lobby for fairness in reporting." And that, people, I couldn't say it any better. That is all we want.
True.
Be fair.
True.
Don't come to our events. Cover the story, because we see you. We saw you that time, guy from Tunapuna. Cover the rally and then never hear from you again. That is not fairness. It's not fair reporting. I'm going to call the number one last time because I saw the comment. 769-4590. If you're calling from abroad, it would be 1-868-769-4590. I mean, if we don't hear from anybody, we can probably just look to wrap up.
Yeah. This is no biggie. But I'm loving again the interview you had with Reagan. He is, I have to say, a body or entity in media that is actually outside of the box looking in, and his take, I think it's worth. There's great worth in what he said, because again he's looking at the dynamics of things from the outside looking in.
We're getting a call.
Are we?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Mm-hmm. Good night.
Hello, good night. You're live. Oh, we're getting two calls. Hello, good night. You're live. Hi. Okay. We're telling everybody to call, and now we have two calls actually happening. Okay, so that person hung up, so I guess you can call back in a bit.
You there?
Yes. Hello.
Right.
Yeah.
I was told by someone that the media, by law, has to cover the PP,
Correct.
because it's a registered party.
Correct.
Yes.
And they have to give equal coverage of the PNM, UNC, and PP.
Well, any political party for that matter.
Some research about the laws concerning the telecommunication laws concerning the coverage of parties.
Right.
But we have said it.
It's actually a law.
We've said it that the media is breaking the law. Hello, yeah, you hearing us? Yes, are you hearing us?
Then?
Yeah, I heard you. I was saying that we actually say that the media is breaking the law by not covering us.
Yes, and it is law that they have to give coverage. You understand? So you need a lawyer to go into the Telecommunications Act.
Okay. Thank you for that.
I'm not hearing you all, but take a next call.
All right. Thank you for that, caller. We heard you, and no, he is right, because Philip says it a lot. The media is breaking the law by refusing to cover us. And I mean, there have been a lot of runaround reasons for why, and I, like I said, I don't want to get in depth on some of the excuses that I saw in that post that we did. Someone said, "Are you even newsworthy?" Was packed newsworthy? Can anybody tell me up to now who is in the pact, who chairs the pact? We have a fully formed political organization, myself as chairman, Tony DeFou as head of director of PEP Media, Philip Edward Alexander as the, it's how I always say the Edward now though, like I can't say Philip Alexander, I think. Philip as our political leader, our deputy political leaders, Sarah Nabi, Dilwood Braffett, Sean Sunarine as our deputy chairman. We have a fully formed team, so it's odd that some of the excuses that we hear, you all are not even formed yet. Tonight I reposted the fact that the Gazette published our symbol, our official, and I want a round of applause to this. Wherever you are, clap. I brought back the positive clap, not the bad one. Yes, clap for us, because we have completed that official process. We have been gazetted. When you go to that polling booth, you're putting your X next to the, what did I call it? The three men with holding that umbrella that covers everybody.
Family under the umbrella.
That says everybody is welcome. Come under the umbrella. It is better under the umbrella. Callers, those we missed, you can call again now. I was just having a little short in the call.
769-4590. That's 769-4590. Give us a call. Let's know, is local media feeling Trinidad and Tobago? I mean, what's your take? How do you feel? Do you own a business? Are you in media yourself? Or have you tried to get something aired through media?
We're getting a call. Hello, good night. Hi. Okay, let's see if we can get you through the speaker. Hello.
It's Lisa calling in from Toronto.
Hi, how you doing?
Hi, Lisa. How are you?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yeah,
Hello?
we hear you.
We're hearing you.
Hello?
Hello? Is she hearing us?
I'm not sure.
Lisa?
Hello?
Hi, we're hearing you. You're live.
Hello? Alright,
Okay,
I think
I
we're
don't
having
think
some
she's
problems.
hearing. Yeah, I don't think she's hearing us. Lisa, we were hearing you, but apparently you weren't hearing us. Is there a short in the court? Listen, one day we don't have Marvin and we are literally falling apart. Marvin, you can't do this to us again, okay?
Alright, give us a call one more time, guys. Let's see if we can have this come through here.
Number is 769-4590 if you want to get in contact with us. Okay, yeah. No, just, yeah. Have a good night.
Hello?
I wonder if it's because it's an overseas call. No, I don't think it's the speaker.
No.
Yeah. I don't know. We were hearing the last person, so I don't know. I don't know what's happening. And that sucks because I really want to hear.
Well,
I really want to hear what you had to say.
We're having some technical difficulties here with this receiver, so we send great apologies to you all. If there's anything, you can probably send a message via the thread, or you have an email address you want to give them. Unless you want to, well, you couldn't even do that.
No, because I wanted to hear their live comments. But, yeah. I mean, sorry that we did not get to hear you. But for the first caller, thank you very much for your feedback. I do believe there is a law that speaks about the media and what they are.
No, but that's what it's supposed to be. That is what I mean, again, like the caller said, we are a political entity, and it's the media's responsibility to give equal time across the board. So if you have 100 different political bodies, the media has to divide that time equally among 100 political bodies, and that's just what it is. And again, they're not doing that where the PEP is concerned, and like Felicia said, and Philip, and many other people, where you have Pact and Michaela and all this other madness going on. I love what you said. They sneeze and they get coverage.
By the way, graphics, communications team, I thank you for using my line. Very much appreciated. They put that in the actual ad that the Pact sneeze and they got international.
Yeah.
They got coverage.
No, but look, we have no
Someone
problem.
Said reboot the phone. It's not my phone. It is not the phone. I think it's.
We have no problem that Pact and Michaela and MSJ or whoever under the sun is getting airtime. You know, we have no problem. In fact, we're extremely happy they are, because it's no. I am. What I'm not happy about, and like I said before, is that they're not taking, they're not putting the information from PEP into the public space, and that's an issue for me, because I think that PEP is bringing probably the best presentation in bringing the country to a first world status, in helping the citizens of this country. We break every policy down tooth and nail, and we would walk you through step by step in how we going to move the country forward to a first world status, in bringing us proper health care, security, education, job opportunities, homes. I mean, it's a host of different things. And we have formulas that can work. We have been putting this out into the public space. Do we have one of the flyers of the 21 policies? Trying to go to the site, go to PEP Facebook page or PEP.com. See what's going on, see what we're saying, see what information is in the public space. At least with the avenues, we're able to put that information in that public space. But you know, at some point, media would not be able to ignore the PEP. The question is, what would be the end game where media is concerned? Because if you're going to do what you're doing to the PEP, or any political body for that matter, it's not just about the PEP. Again, we want equal airtime for everyone across the board, whether it be PEP or not. The fact is that I think that they may be in fear, thinking that PEP gets into office, and what are we going to do where media is concerned? And I would say we're going to shake things up. We're going to let you guys really work and do the job that you're mandated to do. That is what the PEP plans to do with media. So don't be in fear. Sabda Communications, Massey Communications, whoever under the sun is media. The point is that there's a protocol you need to follow, and we need to ensure that there's systems and mechanisms in place to scrutinize that fact and ensure that the people are getting the information that they deserve. Simple. That's what it is. But anyway, we'll stick a pin there, right?
Folks, thank you so much for joining us on this two-part discussion on is media... What was it? Blinded from reality.
Blinded from reality is local media feeling TNT.
I think the general consensus is yes, they are failing the country. They're failing to provide you with the truth, the unbiased truth, as my dear journalist friend said and was quoted as saying, the truth that the people need to hear, the unbiased truth. They're failing to do that. When I said I was not happy that the other parties were getting coverage, it's because I'm sour about it. I'm sour about the fact that we are doing so much.
I know that we're running a little beyond time, but I just saw. Are you able to see our thing?
The comments, it will pull up as an old one. What is
because I could have sworn I saw someone just say, "What is the PEP bringing to the forefront? What are we able to do?" They don't have confidence in the PEP. My question is, why don't you have confidence in the PEP? You have confidence in PNM. You have confidence in UNC. They've done for you. You've seen betterment. I mean, I don't know. It's very interesting. I wish if we were able to actually get that comment, because I would love to actually engage that person right now. I'm not sure if it's an actual troll though, but I'm just saying, you know, it's just this level of and I don't want to say it, you know, But in some cases, as far as I see it, is a level of ignorance we're dealing with, because at the end of the day, you're having people that's scrutinizing, saying all types of things. We're not worthy, we don't know what we're doing, and these plans and policies is not going to work. But did they take the time to come down to the PP's head office? Did they take the time to come to a meeting and actually hear how the policies work and how things are going to be rolled out? The thing is that a lot of people are seeing a lot of negativity. Someone told me just the other day, one of the biggest fears of mankind is the unknown. And I think that's the issue with a lot of people, is that you're so accustomed with this two-party system and how we've been conducting things for over 50 plus years, is that we don't know anything other than that. And anything that's different, you want to shun it away, you want to criticize, and you want to find all the faults under the sun. But I would say again, you know, everyone is targeting Philip Alexander, and you know, the guy is not politically correct, okay? And I think that's what Trinidad needs right now. We need a true shake-up. We need not to be dealing with BS. All the sugarcoating and all the nice talk and wonderful words and all these things to pacify us and comfort us. Listen, this is not a time for pacifying and comfort. This is a time to fix this nation, to bring everything up to standard, up to par, to a first world status where we can be proud to be citizens of this land, and we can be beneficiaries of what this land has to offer as well. Give our people opportunity, give our people hope. And for those of you out there that just want to criticize and just have negativity to say about the PEP, what can I say? I guess you like it so. But at the end of the day, the PEP does get into office. We plan on helping you too, regardless, because we don't plan to leave any citizen behind. And that is our mantra, and that's how we're forging forward. That's what we're here for. We're here to fix this nation. I lived abroad 25 plus years. I came back home. Home. Here is home. And here needs to be fixed. My skill set and my education and what I know as an experience should not benefit another man's land in another country. It should benefit my people. It should benefit us, our nation. We're supposed to make this place a better place. But again, we're going over time. We definitely would have a point discussion on that whole scenario on another show. Trinidad and Tobago, thank you so much for tuning into the Frontline. It's been absolutely awesome doing this with you, Felicia. And
is this our last week?
Why is it going to be our last week? Because we're going to be shifting. Oh yes,
Janice is coming back next week.
Is she?
I think so.
Get out!
I think so.
Jan, we miss you, girl.
I miss you. I miss the girl power duo.
Girl power duo. Don't study them as a spanking duo. I'm just kidding.
Tony, you can't say that in here. We have to go and edit that out now.
I'm kidding.
Janice, we miss you, darling. And Tony, it has been a real pleasure co-hosting this show with you.
Yes, most definitely.
You're such a wild man, and then when he gets all powered up, and I like sit where I sit, I get to see the veins on his forehead literally go like.
I'm upset.
Yeah,
I'm upset.
Gets mad.
I'm upset. Everything could fix Trinidad. It's not rocket science, man. It's not rocket science. We're spending $250,000 a year on getting prisoners back and forth to a courthouse. Listen, we can spend $2 million once and put the courts right next to the goddamn jails. And guess what? It's much easier to move one judge versus having to move a goddamn prison. I mean, it's common sense. It's a no-brainer. But anyway, people don't know what we're doing or what we're saying, right? Yeah.
Before we log off, I want to give a huge thank you and shout out to all the viewers who are watching the live right now. I see you all are taking on someone who does not believe the party, the same person that you called out, Anthony, who does not believe that the party has anything to offer. The fact that you're here tonight, appreciate it. The fact that you took your time to add your number to our numbers, again, thank you very much. I hope you did take away something from this, but if not, you're always welcome. The PEP we're everywhere. We have a website, we have a Facebook page. Get better informed and make your decision then. But don't come and cut down all of our ideas. the people who we have on the thread right now who are working so very hard to defend the party, so very hard to defend us, even though we cannot see all the comments. Thank you very much for that. You all are some real loyal, die-hard peppers, and I don't think we thank you guys enough for the fact that you're here with us every night. Thank you very much. I've seen all the little likes and the hearts and everything. We appreciate you being here with us every week.
Yes, we do.
And, you know, Tony, you probably want to tell them bye because you're not going to see them until...
Yes, Trinidad and Tobago. This is my last session on the Frontline.
Not
so
forever. We'll bring it back.
I'll probably be a little guest now and again, you know what I mean? But and which I'll be very honored to be on the show. I am looking forward to seeing Janice back on stream, and we do miss you very much, Janice. And guys, I know you've also been missing the 411. Actually, there's a few things happening where the 411 is concerned. We're actually possibly going to be incorporating that into another show, and we may just be putting that on regular TV as well, or possibly cable. So definitely listen out for the 411 on there. Most def. So we're going to be also putting out a couple teasers as the weeks go by. So don't worry, you're going to be in the know. You're going to know the 411 and what's going down with everything, most definitely. So again, Trinidad and Tobago, thank you so much. It's been wonderful. Felicia?
This Saturday, 19 Stanmore Avenue. If you have not been here yet, if you have been here a million times, still come down this Saturday. There's also a walkabout in the Maloney constituency. Link up with Shari Wilson on that. She's going to guide you to who you can link up with for that walkabout. Next week, Saturday, we have our Belmont public meeting at Pigot's Corner. That's the corner of St. Francis, Valley Road, and the Circular. Come out, come hear us, come lend your voice to the mic. I am from Belmont, so I will I'm very happy to be speaking in my hometown. Liming with the Belmont girl, liming with the, you know, the people that I grew up with. I used to lime on the block at one.
What? You really want to say that on a live?
I am saying that on a live. I used to lime on the block. I was that girl who would hang out with the guys. I'm like, yeah, I'm one of you. I mean, it was a phase, but again, I can relate to all levels of, you know, society. True Belmont girl at heart, very, very excited and looking forward to that meeting. June the 30th, that's our Curricue event. If you do not have tickets yet, please get your tickets, guys. It's going fast. If you want to sponsor a ticket and you're abroad, it's $10 US for a ticket. If you want to talk Canadian or euros, feel free to contact us at info@peptt.com. We have a new contact number that we're going to contact email, that we're going to start sharing with the public. It's been there for a while, but we're going to start using it more often now. Contact us for your tickets if you actually want to take tickets and sell. You want to put tickets in your establishment. Help us build your party. And I say this is your party because we want to do this the right way. We don't want to be beholden to financiers. We need your help. Philip and I were having a discussion, and we were saying, you know, it's really incredible to see where the party has gotten on literally steam and fumes. Like,
oh, yeah.
But it keeps happening. There's that story with the loaves, the Bible story where you had one loaf and it filled the entire nation. I feel like that with the PP. Like, for some reason, even though we have a media blackout, even though we don't have the pocket financiers, not that we want them, we have been building this momentum. We have been building your party. And
I just want to interject one quick thing, and just to show how one of the reasons why you should be a part of PEP. We are doing PEP Farms right now. We are bringing, we're empowering farmers. We want to bring the price down of food, what we eat, how we survive. This is how we live. We are doing a pilot project at present, fabricating everything from scratch. And this is real Trinidad and Tobago. This is not Mickey Mouse and this is not fun and games. This is real. This is model projects that we are doing presently right now to know what we're going to be rolling out once we get into office. To the nation on a national level. So for those of you out there who wonder what PEP can bring to the table, what change we can create, listen, we have already taken steps to bring real change. We've already started our case studies. We've already started our test beds. So we're going to know factual information with statistics, with numbers. Don't worry. Trinidad and Tobago, we're here to save the nation, to save every citizen, and that's a fact. It's real. It's real. Take my word on that. But you know what? If you don't believe it, come down 19 Stanmore Avenue, noon every Saturday, and listen out to what's going on the Facebook page as well as the app, the PP app. It's a host of different things taking place. And again, for people who are unemployed, we also have a jobs initiative program where we're bringing employers and employees or people seeking employment together. So again, come down to Stanmore Avenue, 19 Stanmore Avenue, noon every Saturday. And if you're looking for a job or bring your resume, come sign up, be within the program. We're not going to promise you get a job right away, today for tomorrow, but we would do what is necessary in trying to fill positions and streamline that fact. So again, for those of you out there in Trinidad and Tobago as citizens, born Trinidadians, you're wondering what PP is doing, what we can bring to the table. We don't even have a goddamn cent to make anything happen, but we're making it happen. And that is why PP is going to be successful, because the Treasury have no money, but we're going to show you how we can fix a nation and build back that Treasury to where it needs to be and have the citizens be beneficiaries of this precious land. But we're going to leave it there. Have a good night, Trinidad and Tobago. Mwah! It's been a great pleasure. Yeah?
Okay, so Marvin and here, we have to end the video.
we have to end the video for ourselves.
We suck.
I know, right?
Good night, Trinidad and Tobago.
Bye.